George Washington was the first President of the United States, 1789–97, the Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army during the American Revolutionary War, and one of the Founding Fathers of the United States. I have always considered marriage as the most interesting event of one's life, and the foundation of happiness or misery. Lenience will operate with greater force, in some instances, than rigor. It is therefore my first wish to have all of my conduct distinguished by it. I hope I shall possess firmness and virtue enough to maintain what I consider the most enviable of all titles, the character of an honest man. We should not look back unless it is to derive useful lessons from past errors, and for the purpose of profiting by dearly bought experience. To form a new government requires infinite care and unbounded attention, for if the foundation is badly laid, the superstructure must be bad. I was summoned by my country, whose voice I can never hear but with veneration and love. Jealousy and local policy mix too much in all our public councils for the good government of the Union. In a word, the Confederation appears to me to be little more than a shadow without the substance. My movements to the chair of government will be accompanied with feelings not unlike those of a culprit who is going to the place of his execution. Your love of liberty, your respect for the laws, your habits of industry, and your practice of the moral and religious obligations, are the strongest claims to national and individual happiness. If we desire to avoid insult, we must be able to repel it. If we desire to secure peace, one of the most powerful instruments of our rising prosperity, it must be known that we are at all times ready for war. Religion is as necessary to reason as reason is to religion. The one cannot exist without the other. A reasoning being would lose his reason, in attempting to account for the great phenomena of nature, had he not a supreme being to refer to. It is impossible to account for the creation of the universe, without the agency of a supreme being. It is impossible to govern the universe without the aid of a supreme being. It is impossible to reason without arriving at a supreme being. Washington was admired for his leadership qualities, and was elected president in the first two national elections. He was a remarkable man, a great leader, with a deep sense of duty and high expectations of himself and his people. As the first president, Washington knew that his methods and decisions would create a precedent for everything that will follow, and therefore, he made his choices carefully and responsibly. He established authority by remaining honest and by not abu. Let us therefore animate and encourage each other, and show the whole world that a freeman, contending for liberty on his own ground, is superior to any slavish mercenary on earth.